What's
What
up,
it
OG, triple
do?
OG,
It's your
OG,
man. Y'all
triple,
already know
triple,
what it is. We got some
OG.
Corey on deck with the 5150 show. So without further ado, let's get to the video.
We another topic I want to talk about, because I just want you to know this is also a result of the downfall of society. Teachers are not with it no more. They're trying to get out of the profession. There's too many teachers with testimony online saying, my health is not worth this profession that I put effort and education into, because of the way the children conduct themselves. Reva brought up how these children in Chicago jumped on somebody's mama.
It's so funny because, as she's talking, I'm just like, absolutely. Like, first of all, just absolutely to what she's saying. And I wanted to piggyback on a couple of the things that she was saying. She talked about the basis of the community. And interestingly enough, you guys started the conversation talking about Chicago. And even when you and I met, I was telling you how much I love like people from Chicago. I just love Chicago and the culture of it. But in the news, there was a woman who was jumped with her children, walking down the streets of Chicago. And these weren't adults that were beating her up or beating her children up. These were children. And the woman actually has I think it's like sickle cell or something. She got in treatment. She was really weak. And they imposed violence upon her in front of her children and on her children as well. And all we keep seeing is a product of these environments based off of the same exact things that Crimson was saying, the breakdown of our family units. And we always have the women at the forefront of the breakdown. And there's like, no matter what we do, if we go around the circle, it always, unfortunately, and people are going to call me a pick me and say that I don't hold men accountable, but it's just the truth. It always goes back to a woman being the center of the breakdown of the family. You don't know how to respect your man. You don't know how to deal with him in the household. You emasculate him, which is going to cause him to now turn into other ways. Or you feel like, I could just do this all by myself. I can depend on the government. I can do this. Me and my homegirls can raise our kids together. My homegirl gonna be my baby daddy. And you run the man outside of the children's life. So it always ends up going back to the woman at the forefront, causing this kind of dismay. Of course, we're going to have different, variances where you have a man who's actually not playing his part. But I feel like what we see in society, the proportion of men who are actually just not playing their part is a very small portion. There's a lot of men, stand-up men, Black men who stand in the paint. So funny, when I had a conversation with you and we were talking about abortion, actually, it's so funny because the point that I made even then, I have to bring it back up now. There's so many women who they have this thought in their mind that they're going to abort a child or that they don't want the child, right? And then you have a man that's there that's like, I'm cool, like whatever it is. The man ends up taking better care of the child, whether he didn't want the child, whether he did want the child. Once the child is there, ironically enough, the man will stand there, be there, whatever. A lot of times the women take all their emotions, their frustrations. You don't want to be with me. I'm not going to raise my child. You don't want to do this. They put their emotions at the forefront. It's unfortunate, but a lot of these women are self-centered. They think about their own emotions, their own feelings. And I feel like the core of what's missing in the Black community when it comes to women is their connection to spirituality. 100%.
I'm telling you, man, I'm from the projects, homie. I'm from where it go down. But when I was growing up, nobody would run up on your mama. Do you hear me? I grew up, Robert Taylor Homes, 5266 South State, last white building next to the hole. Gangbangers, grown or not, would not run up on you while you was with your mama because there was still respect in the community. And I'm talking about, I lived in the projects. If your mama came and picked you up from school and walked with you, gangbangers would be like, nah. Okay, you with your mama. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mama come to your door, who ready to kill you, and your mama answer the door. They'll be like, hey, Miss Wilson, how you doing? Will Leroy come outside? And if Leroy won't come out, they'll be like,
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay.
all right. That's how I grew up, homie. I see you when I see you. Phil said it. I'm talking about these is killers though.
Yeah.
Do you hear what I'm saying? Killers for real. But there was still enough respect in the community where a family was given a pass. Now, nothing.
No matter if you're a senior, you're nothing.
How can you be a teacher if a little boy in 3rd grade is saying, "Fuck you, bitch, die"? Wait, are you serious? Do you know the psychological damage that causes to the adult who can't knock the shit out the kid?
Like that little girl when the dad went up there to confront them. Remember about his son? Remember, and he hit that little girl. Remember, you brought that story.
Oh yeah, no, that man, when that little girl ran up on his little son, because his son was smaller than that girl,
real small,
and that girl ran up like that man wasn't there, and that man did exactly what I would do.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like the lady, those kids in Georgia who they show them busting in the man's house, and the lady is talking about he wasn't supposed to kill them. These are armed individuals, 4 of them. What is he supposed to do? Have a talk with them?
No, fuck a talk.
Hell no.
We are at a point in society where the children can get it.
You damn right.
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
How bad is society when I can sit up here and tell you the kids can get it?
Shit, in other countries, some countries, they strapping bombs on kids, and the kid is running in like, hey, and blowing up for the cause.
You remember when the Olympics was in Brazil?
Right.
And them kids was straight jacking people?
Robbing you.
Homie, if you got a society that is broken to the point where the kids can get it, there needs to be a hard reset, man. The kids are the ones we are supposed to be bringing up for the future.
Right.
But in this day and time where the houses are absent of daddy, the presence of a strong male is gone.
Yeah, that's real shit.
So the children are going to run amok and get gunned down as they home invade people's house. The man is going to put his hands on that little girl who thought she was bold enough to hit his son in front of her because she was bigger than him. We in a cold part of this world, man, and the teachers that refuse to work around these children, they are not out of pocket. Phil said 2 years ago a 6-year-old shot his teacher. I ain't shocked at nothing.
That case last week. Yeah, last week she just won.
I'm in a goofy ass mood. I ain't gonna say whatever.
Say what you gonna say because we the 5150 show, homie. It's all that and this. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So if a kid too ticklish, they gotta kill him because later on he ain't gonna take life serious. It's got.
Well, you
it's,
stupid,
it's,
man.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be early signs. It's gotta be early signs. Like when you buy dogs and shit and puppies, it be the ears is off. That motherfucker ain't gonna, it's gonna be a bitch. It's gonna be a bitch ass dog, or it's gotta be some type of traits we can see.
What are we seeing here?
For early prevention on.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Oh, that's the lady. What is her daughter did something to her? She in the hospital. 9th grader beat her teacher up.
That teacher about to get paid.
All right, I know by now everybody heard the story about these kids from Chicago who jumped on 33-year-old woman and her kids. I don't see how our people got their kids going to schools these days. My kids, they don't go to school. My kids are homeschooled. So when you're talking about protecting your kids, are you really protecting your kids by sending them to school?
Nope.
You know, just imagine if it's a school shooter there and they won't let you get your kids out. You go up to the school and try to get your kids, but the school is locked down, so you don't know what the hell is going on, or you don't know if your kids are safe or not. And, I look at a lot of things as far as what could happen. Even the bullying, the misinformation as far as, you know, you can be a little girl. My son can be a little girl, or my daughter can be a little boy, or whatever, you know. I look at all of that, and I decided that, nah, they're gonna have to pass on that, because I know what I went through going to school or whatever. You know, I never got bullied, but it was other things that happened where I'm like, I don't want my child to experience that. You can have bad influences around your children or whatnot, you know. Them meeting kids like these kids in Chicago who was pressured into fighting this lady and jumping on this lady or whatnot, you know, because there was a lot of instigating around that other kids was doing. And it's just a lot of reasons why my children are being homeschooled. And the most important reason is protecting them. Corey said some real important things as far as the father being in the house. And when I heard the story, I was wondering, like, okay, well, she's pregnant, where's her baby daddy at? Or where's the father of this child at? Or her husband? It's like, the man ain't around. It would be different if the man was around. Not just any man, but a strong man. A man with a moral compass. Now, in other countries, they don't play that stuff. They kids get out of order and their parents is not around. They take care of them kids. They put hands on them kids. They don't play with them kids.
Use your powerful hands. Let's whoop this ass.
And them kids, they know better. You know, when I was in Africa, them kids ain't disrespecting all that. No. Them kids had some manners. Them kids had respect for their elders. They don't do that in Africa. I seen it myself, my own eyes. I was there. But you talk about a man not being in the house. It's very important for that man to be in the house, just like everybody think it's very important for the mama to be in that house. We overlook the presence of that man being in the house. It's very important. Now you got the whole Chicago looking for these kids. And me, myself, I thought I would never see something like this. The way these people stood up for this lady and confronted these bullies. Because the whole Chicago was looking for these little kids. And I'm like, damn, where they do this at? You know, like, this is my first time ever seeing something like this. And I'm glad for it. You know, we should do this when all kind of stuff happened to our people. The gang banging and all that stuff and harming our people, period. This is the type of energy we should have. Even for our people, especially for our people. Look, I can go on and on and on and on talking about this situation and how we need to be sticking up for each other or whatever, but we got to stop talking and just start doing, so we can have a better community or whatnot, because just like they said, these kids are our future, and the rate that they going now, the future is up. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole thing with these kids jumping on this lady, and if it was your kids, what would you do in a situation if your kids did something like this to a grown-up and her kids? Y'all tell me what y'all think about it in the comments.
What's up, OG?
It's your man. Y'all already know what it is. To the next video is Ghetto Talk. Up out of here. Peace.